morning, boys and girls. So for today, for skills, you're going to listen to me read a story, Miss Baker. And in this story, there is the word champ. What do you think a champ is? Look at this picture to help you. A champ is a short word for champion, which is a winner. Yes. All right, now we have some spellings for the A sound that you're going to see in the story today. So what does A-Y say? Yes, A. Let's tap the words and then we will read them. Ready? P-U-A. What's the word? Play. The next one. S-T-A. What's the word? Stay. And remember, you will always find A-Y at the end of the word. Okay, what sound does A-I say? Yes, A. All right, ready? This is a 3-syllable word. So let's go ahead and tap it out. Ready? We'll start out with the first syllable. Ax. Ax. Next one. P-U-A. Plain. So explain, and then ing. So explaining. Let's tap on the next one. What's the word? Pain. And let's tap out the next one. What's the word? Train. And remember, the spelling for A-I is usually always found in the middle of the words, just like you can see here. The A-I says A in the middle, the A-I says A in the middle, and the A-I says A in the middle. Okay, the next sound is A consonant E. What does A consonant E say? Yes, A. All right, let's tap out the word. Ready? A. What's the word? Flame. And remember, the A is silent, the E is silent because it's the magic E at the end that makes the vowel say its own name. So it's A, flame. Okay, the next one. Tap it out. A, k. What's the word? Make. Yep. A consonant E, so we would draw a horseshoe. Okay, the next one is A all by itself. What does A say when it's all by itself? It comes at the end of the first syllable. It says A. Let's tap this out. Ready? B-A-K-er. What's the word? Baker. So again, you have this A at the end of the first syllable where you would divide it. So that's why it says A. All right, and then we have our multi-syllable words. Ready? Let's read them. Understand, English, Spanish, Latin, myself, explaining, and baker. Just so you know, English, Spanish, and Latin are languages that you can speak. We speak English. So the last story about the spelling bee you will be reading is Miss Baker. Who helped Gail Day become a good reader? Remember, it was her 2nd grade teacher, Miss Baker. I want you to think about Miss Baker and what she did to help Gail become such a good speller. Okay, the next part, the table of contents. Remember, the table of contents is always found in the very beginning of your book, usually the 2nd page. And in this case, what is the table of contents? Ready? Mirror image words. The table of contents is the name of the chapter and what page it's on. Okay? So if we're reading Miss Baker today, we would turn to what page in our reader? 18. But we don't have to because it's on my Smartboard lesson. So in today's story, you are going to read about Miss Baker helping Gail excel at spelling. And remember, excel means doing something really, really good at it. You're really good at it. I want you to pay attention to the photo captions throughout the story as you read it today. Remember, the captions are the sentences that are below the pictures. So our title story is Miss Baker. There's no caption for this picture, but if the title is Miss Baker, who do we think this is? Yeah, this is Miss Baker, Gail's teacher. I was sitting with spelling champ Gail Day. I asked her, How did this Miss Baker make you into a good speller? Well, said Gail, Miss Baker had a cool way of explaining English spelling. She made spelling trees. Spelling trees? Yes, said Gail. Here, I'll make one for you. Gail got a sheet of paper and made a tree. Who do you think are the two people talking on this page? Who are the two people that are having dialogue back and forth? Who's I? I was sitting with spelling champ Gail Day. Who is I? Yes, remember I is Mark Deeds. He's the publisher of the book, and so he's the one who's doing the interviewing. And it's also Gail Day. Those are the two characters that are having dialogue for Mark Deeds and Gail Day. We all know this spelling tree. I make spelling trees too. So here's a picture of a spelling tree. And it says a spelling tree for, remember when you have these slanted lines, it's the sound. So a spelling tree for A. So she pointed at the trunk of the tree and explained, so here's the trunk of the tree. The trunk stands for a sound, like the sound A, as in cake. So here's the trunk of the tree. We know that it's the A spelling tree. The branches stand for the spellings for that sound. So these are the branches. You have the A consonant E spelling, you have an A spelling, the AI spelling, the AY spelling, all for A, and then of course our odd ducks. There's one branch for words with the A consonant E spelling like flame and steak. There's one branch for words that have the AY spelling like play and stay. There's one branch for words that have the AI spelling like pain and train, and so on. Get it? Got it. Remember, this is your spelling tree. This is your trunk. It's the A spelling tree because this is the sound that this makes, A. And the different spellings for A are A consonant E, like flame and steak. A by itself because the A comes at the end of the first syllable and it's a 2 or more syllable word, like an acorn in April. AI says A as in pain and train. And AY says A as in play and stay. And then the odd duck she has on her tree is they. Here's Miss Baker again. So, Miss Baker would make a big spelling tree for a sound. Then the kids would add words to it. When we found words with the sound in them, we would stick the words on the branches of the tree. We would stick all of the words with the AI spelling on this branch. So all the AI words would go on this branch. We would stick all of the words with the AY spelling on that branch. So all the words that have the AY spelling would go on this branch. I see. And this helped you get better at spelling? Gail nodded. The spelling trees helped us see the patterns and keep track of the spellings. They helped us see which spellings are used a lot and which ones are used less. There were a lot of good spellers in Miss Baker's class, but not all of them went on to win the state spelling bee, I said. Why did you? Gail shrugged. I was good at spelling, but I did not understand why English spelling was so hard. Once I asked Miss Baker why it was so hard. Miss Baker, I said, why are there 5 or 6 spellings for some sounds? That makes no sense. Why isn't there just one spelling for a sound? Miss Baker explained as much as she could. Then she gave me a book on spelling. It was a cool book. It explained how English has taken in lots of spellings from French, Latin, Greek, and Spanish. When I finished that book, Miss Baker gave me a longer book. Then I found the next book by myself. one book sort of led to the next, so that's how I got started. And remember, when you see this trophy, it means the story is over. So if you go back up here, the reason why we have so many different spellings for one sound is because we get the spellings from the French people, from the Latin people, the Greek people, and the people from Spain, okay? These are all different kinds of languages. So like I always say to you, that is why our language is the hardest to learn or even to read, because there are just so many different ways to spell a word. That's why it's important to know that all of these sounds right here, all of these sounds are, say, the A sound. So A consonant E says A when it comes at the end of the first syllable says A. AI says A and AY says A. And in this case, sometimes EY will say A. All right, boys and girls, you have it. So now what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and I want you to go and complete page 6.3 and 6.4. The directions, and I read the questions to you, are in Canvas, and it'll say Skills Lesson 6, pages 31, 32, 33, and 34. Pages 31 and 32 are just the story, so in case you forgot about a question, or in case you forgot about how to answer one of the questions, you can go back and look in the story. That's why I've included them. All right, boys and girls, have a good day. Bye.